friends, and welcome to Get Comfy with Laura, the podcast where we dive into getting comfortable with the uncomfortable. I'm your host, Laura Cardona, the Buena Vida life coach, emotional wizard, personal cheerleader, healing homie, breakthrough queen, and your support in shaping a Buena Vida. If you're ready for more than just listening, I've got all kinds of juicy goodies over at my website, buenavida.life, or come say hi on all the socials at Buena Vida Life Coach. Quick note for new listeners, because your time matters, I've trimmed the long hellos and intros so we can jump straight into the good stuff. Of course, all of our guest info, bio, links are in the show notes at the end of the episode and all over social media, so you won't miss a thing. All right, y'all, let's go get comfy with the uncomfy.
Get comfy with the uncomfy. Don't hide it. I feel it. El camino es crecer. I rise again. Get comfy with the uncomfy. That's where I find me.
For many years, I hated the clothes I wore. I was doing that thing that a lot of us do, which is hide, play it safe, play it boring, live off someone else's expectation of what we need to show up as, of how we need to dress, what business wear is, what professional wear is. There's a lot in that spectrum. And I was stuck in sort of a small, narrow, very narrow field of what I could find, what I could afford. And I just didn't know how to express myself in that way. And I was very scared of trying to express myself in any sort of bold way because I didn't want to look ridiculous, because I was too scared of what people would think about me. And then I started doing this work and I realized how limiting that was for me. And I had to just start reframing and doing so much around it. And now for me, fashion is this playground. Fashion is a way to express what I feel inside, that I feel bold, I feel happy, I feel joyous. Sometimes I feel sad. I mean, there's lots of times where I feel sad and I'll wear a hoodie and a hat and I'll still be cute. It really does make a difference. Wearing the clothes with comfort, with confidence. So that's what we're talking about today. I'm so excited to introduce you to our guest, Marcy Guevara-Prete. She is the owner of the Plus Bus Boutique in Los Angeles. She is a TV producer. She works as a style expert. She is a style expert, and she's all about stepping into that main character energy. I'm so excited. Let's get into it. In your work, what does it look like for someone who has been scared of fashion, who's just sort of kind of holding themselves back from it?
Well, fashion is so personal. And for so many of us, especially having grown up plus size, it's like the ability to express oneself through fashion has just not been an option. I used to chalk it up to being a Catholic school kid and saying, oh, I wear a uniform. That's why I have no personal style. But, I looked cute, but it wasn't like I was really expressing myself through my style. So I think stepping into your style can really impact the way that you feel in your life, because when you look good, you feel good. And there is something psychological about popping that tag. Doesn't matter if that tag's from the Goodwill or the Plus Bus. It just is some sort of, it has an impact on the way you feel. You walk into that, job interview, you walk into that date, you feel a little bit more empowered. And I think empowering your personal style empowers your entire life.
I want to touch on all that. I want to circle back, though, to that negative feeling, because I'll tell you personally, I associated so much disappointment and shame in shopping, right? When either I didn't have enough money to buy the clothes that I wanted, or there weren't clothes that I wanted. And, I would go to the sales rack and try to pull something that fit me. And it just was like, okay, fine, beige, a little pattern that never felt comfortable. There was a lot of disappointment. There was a lot of shame and just not feeling like stress. That's what it felt like. That's what it was. It was always stressful. It was not fun.
And there's a lot of settling for what fits. That's probably one of the more common things I've been hearing lately. At the boutique. So I own a boutique. It's size 12 and up. It's in LA. For those of you that are new here, welcome. The first thing I hear people say Two things that lately I've been hearing that bother me. Well, one is good. The first one is I love not having to settle. I love not having to buy just what fits because I think we've all been there, whether you're in the accessories section or the shoes or just, oh, I guess I'll get this black top because it fits, it's my size. Like we're better than that. We can do better than that. And it is hard. It's hard when you're on a budget. It's hard. It is challenging when you can't walk into a store in your town other than maybe Target and find something inspired. So, you know, I think it's also about envisioning like what your wardrobe looks like and yeah, not being ashamed that something doesn't fit or that you want to look good, you want to be that fashion plate, you want the attention. I think a lot of us, especially as plus size people, we have spent a lot of time making ourselves smaller, taking up less space. And I think when you dress visually, when you dress loud and you take up a lot of visual space, uh, there's something really like freeing in that, if that makes sense. People are already looking at me. I'm already the biggest one in the room. I might as well wear something that makes me feel fabulous.
You said it right there. It for me was getting comfortable. One, I had to do a lot of work about self-confidence. Just like I'm living through someone else's eyes. And fuck that. Like it's just not gonna work, right? And then figuring out how I can do it. This shirt's from Target, but this is from Cooper Union up in Portland.
We love our indie designers, and some pieces are going to be investment pieces. So it's really about being creative, finding things that help you feel like yourself. And I think a lot of people don't really know what that is. I think a lot of people don't know what their style is. Lately I've been like dopamine dressing a little bit, which is, dressing for sort of this like color and print and vibrant. And that is so not me, but it is. I guess it is. I guess it is if these are the things I'm drawn to. The second thing I hear a lot lately that really bothers me is I have nowhere to wear that. Where would I wear it? It's so fabulous. And I'm like, dream bigger, girl. Dream bigger. Make a plan. Let's manifest an invite. Let's go take a photo shoot. Let's, just envision a life that's bigger for yourself where you have invitations to parties that require a dress like this every weekend. So those are my
Oof,
thoughts
I
there.
love that. It's funny because this is gonna sound weird, but I work remotely, so I kind of rarely leave the house. I am always still looking cute. I'm always still looking cute. So I'm like, I'm not gonna show up on here with my top half looking like I don't like life. I like what I'm doing. I like my life, so I'm gonna wear color. It's part of the buena vida for me, right? So I love that. I love that. So if you sort of had to answer, how can someone start getting comfortable with using fashion as a way to like really step into that main character energy? Like they're saying to themselves, "Ugh, are you kidding? Fashion? What? Let's not even because budget. We can get into budget. Girl, go to Target, go to Walmart, go to Goodwill. You'll find some cute things. So you will. I have. So there's that. But really, just even getting yourself to the place where you're like, well, how do I start expressing myself? How do I start?
And
scared.
deeming yourself worthy of it, worthy of the investment, not waiting for, well, when I lose 20 pounds or what this or that. No, today you are worthy of the investment in yourself. And even if you are just at home, wearing that matching little sweatsuit or having those cozy clothes that don't have a bunch of stains on them and feel, cute to the eye or to your body, feel cozy and soft. All of that is super important. But I think stepping into your main character energy can start by, I would say, having a mood board. So just like you're, creative director for a brand, having a mood board for yourself, a Pinterest board. It could be celebrities, it could be a character from a movie, it could be, images from the internet or from influencers that you follow. But knowing kind of like what style you like seeing other people wear, what are you drawn to? And again, there may be a few, but I think you'll start to see some common threads. I really like shopping with purpose. I think sometimes it can be overwhelming to feel like I have nothing. I have you know, no style. I need an entirely new wardrobe and I don't know where to begin. We get a lot of that. And that person either leaves having spent $1,000 or five, because sometimes they just get so overwhelmed that they can't even, really dive that deep. So I would say that shopping with purpose to me looks like knowing the pieces of the wardrobe that live on that mood board that I need to complete a few of these looks. My goal for myself, because I think that especially as a plus size person, there's been a lot of fatigue around creating looks, is that I open my closet and if I was blind or like if I couldn't see, it was totally dark, I could pick out, okay, there's a pant, there's a top, okay, boom, there's my jacket, and they all kind of coordinate and go together. That's sort of my dream capsule wardrobe. Um, what is that great fall coat I need? What is that awesome, pair of wide leg pants or current trend of jeans that I want? What is that great basic blazer or button down that I need for work? What is that going out dress that the minute my girlfriends invite me to go to the club this weekend, I know what I'm wearing. Having those pieces and knowing like as you shop, okay, I'm really looking for a little black dress. I'm really looking for a colorful pleather jacket can also really help turn this project of like becoming the main character, creating your wardrobe for that into like a more achievable. And it kind of sounds a little bit too like maybe sterile or professional, like I'm treating it like a project, but that's how you get it done. And that's how you can accomplish the wardrobe of your dreams, which to me helps you achieve your dreams. Like what you wear can change your life.
I love everything that you're saying. There's such actionable steps. And I actually love what you're talking, how it is sort of a check 1, check 2, check 3, because in the work that I do with clients, what ends up happening is they come in and they feel overwhelmed, right? They're just like, I can't. So if we were to say, they're listening to this and they're saying, what are you talking about? Go get a capsule wardrobe. No, that sounds like a lot. No, it actually isn't. You can start small and just start with that one little piece that you've been eyeing, that one purse, and you can build around the purse.
Absolutely.
Right?
I was just going to say, or is there an event coming up? How do you envision yourself walking into that event? What are you wearing? In a dream world, just in a dream world, what are you wearing? Okay, what shoes are you wearing with that dress? Oh, it's a suit. Okay, great. What shoes are you wearing with the suit? What's the outerwear? What kind of a jewelry are you wearing? Do you need any sort of foundation garments? Do you need a tight? I used to kind of like leave all of this to it was an afterthought. I'd plan the party, I'd do the thing, I'd get there, and then all of a sudden I'm like, but what am I gonna wear? It wasn't a huge priority for me. And then I end up feeling kind of bummed out, right? Because in the photos now, I'm wearing this outfit that doesn't really reflect or match what I envisioned for myself at the event. That is a huge factor for a lot of us is just making it a priority because so often whether you're a busy professional or a mom or both or whatever we don't prioritize ourselves. And I think a lot of shopping has stigma, shame, like you overwhelming feelings. And so it's just like, oh, I don't know what I'm gonna wear. I'll figure it out later. I'll wear something I have, or I'll go buy something. And then it's the night before the event, you go to buy something, and now you're stuck with what fits. And now we're repeating the cycle again when you knew this event was coming up 2 months ago and you could have planned ahead. So that's also a really big thing I'm always talking about is planning ahead. And you don't even have to have the invite on your calendar to do that. But you might imagine that at some point this year, you're going to be invited to a party. You might be invited to a wedding. We've got holidays coming up. What am I going to wear on my birthday? And as those events start to come, those pieces that you've invested in the wardrobe, they're right there. They're ready for you, babe. And that is the best feeling. And having the whole look, I think just the confidence that comes with dressing well it's priceless and you don't need a lot of money to do it but you do need some time. So I think that with time you can have a great wardrobe that feels intentional, expressive, and ultimately really gives you the confidence you need to walk into the rooms of your life with that value and worth, and so you kick ass and nobody's worried about looking super polished and perfect. Lots of thought. I can talk about this all day, Laura.
I want to go back to that one thing of they're already feeling like they want to step out into finding their wardrobe, into finding their self-expression. What feeling should they be looking for? Should they be paying attention when they see something? So they're looking at because the algorithm on Instagram, on TikTok, on Pinterest, it's going to catch on. It's going to look, okay, you like pink, it's going to start showing you pink shit, right? So it will catch on. But what is that one thing that they're looking for within themselves?
Oh,
to say, oh, that's it?
I start with the first thing that comes to mind is comfort. So, what makes you feel comfortable? And sometimes we may have to push ourselves a little bit in this area, especially in the post pandemic world. Sometimes I'm seeing people get stuck in this sort of sweatpants rut, soft pants. It's too tight. And I'm like, no, it's not too tight. It's denim. It's just so comfort is important. I don't want you to get something that feels scratchy or a neckline that's too showy or too high because you're going to avoid those things. So being realistic about what you're comfortable in is one thing. Pushing yourself a little bit. I don't show my arms. I don't show my cleavage. I don't wear fitted things. Sometimes those are limiting beliefs, even in fashion, that can hold us back from being on trend, looking fabulous. I see people, they'll be wearing something and, oh my God, you look amazing in that. Oh God, no, 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 I could never wear it. Or it's way too long for me. Get a hem. So you should be feeling comfortable in the clothes. And that doesn't just mean that it's soft, right? It means that I would wear this. I would feel comfortable wearing this in the environment that I'm imagining it in. I would say that a second piece of stepping into that is, gosh, I mean, I think it's really visualizing, and that's okay for it to be different. Like, I think that for a lot of us, it's hard to pinpoint the one aesthetic. But if you want to visualize, okay, and this is where it comes from putting that mood board together of like, okay, I really like what the main character on Abbott Elementary wears. Okay, preppy. That's really what I would love to look like at work. But you know what? On the weekends, I want to go full art teacher, funky, loud prints, and really like be out loud. There are hundreds of indie brands and they vary. You've got brands like What Low Wants, where you can get a piece for $40. And then you have, Bacall, which is more of an investment that is, $450. So you have a wide range of brands to choose from. So it's like knowing what's out there so that you can start to figure out, okay, this is the aesthetic I like. Oh, and this is in my budget. And that's why I love what we do. We do trades for store credit, like a lot of our sustainable, partners, like, or sister stores, whatever, like Plato's Closet, Buffalo Exchange, Crossroads. And those are all really great places to find things, and you have to be willing to look and sort of sift, but you can find a treasure. And like, that's what the Plus Bus is all about. Bring in that stuff in your closet that you forgot to return. Get rid of it. That's a huge piece of this puzzle too. Do not let those skinny jeans from, 10 years ago haunt you, or even that thing you bought that was really expensive and you only wore once, but you don't like it. Just get rid of it and move on and dress the skin you're in today. We don't buy clothes that's going to fit us 5 pounds from now or 50 pounds from now. We buy clothes that fit us today. And I think that all of those things are really empowering. And that's main character energy. Cleaning out your closet and purging it, whether it's sending it to the Plus Bus or taking it to the Goodwill or hosting a swap with your friends, that's main character energy. Because I'm telling you right now, letting that shit weigh you down because you might fit into it again, not worth it.
So true. I learned I used to have so many clothes where I'm like, oh, that in a year, this in a year. And I'm like, wait, what am I doing? It's funny that you say hunting because I say don't live in the ghost of you. Live in the present of you. That because I love that you used the word hunting. It reminded me, yeah, I say that often. I'm like, I don't coach the ghost. I coach who you are right here, right now. Because that person may or may not exist. But let's get into today. Let's talk about who you are today and how do you want to express yourself? I want to go back to the pieces that are important. I also want to kind of bring in the budgets in terms of, like, for me, I always have a bigger budget for shoes. Shoes are
Yeah,
big
I
one.
don't know that there's a perfect budget. I don't, because I'm telling you right now, we could go to any big box store and probably do $300 worth of shopping and get, a great little wardrobe. You could come to the Plus Bus and refresh your wardrobe for $300. It just depends on what it looks like to you. If you've got $30, I'm telling you right now, the Sofia Vergara collection at Walmart is slaps. So I don't know that I can speak to a budget because that's very personal. But what I can say is that I used to go to Forever 21 like every weekend. Back in the day when they carried Plus everywhere and it was bomb, I would go like every Friday, right, to Forever 21, and I would spend $100. And that would be like my cap. And then at the end of the month or whatever, it's like something comes along and I want a $400 jacket and I can never afford that. Well, I could if I didn't go to Forever 21 every weekend. So I think it's about prioritizing. For you, it could be lattes. For you, it could be a gym membership you don't use or whatever it is. Too many Apple subscriptions that you don't even know where your money is going. But I think that we're all on a different budget. We're all on a different journey. Maybe it's shopping your own closet. What are some of the things you just never wore that you loved and it fits, but you've just never had the guts to wear it? The time has come. It's now. Let's do it. Do you need a layer? Is it a dress, a beautiful dress with sleeves that you're not comfortable showing your arms? Okay, let's find a great layer for that. Is it a pair of jeans that you don't have enough tops for? And shoes, oh, don't get me started on shoes. I am sort of a shoe whore. I think for many reasons because they fit. If you can find them in your size, right? They fit. And it is an investment. Your feet, it is important for your joints to be wearing good shoes. But again, I mean, I don't want to say you should budget this much. No. There's some really great knockoffs out there. But most of my shoes, I would say probably range in the like $75 to 150. I'm kind of a Nordy's girl and I love Nordstrom Rack. I really love Doc Marten. I think Doc Marten is sort of like healing my inner teenager, but also just like it's a classic shoe and it's a durable shoe and it sort of looks good with everything. They're flat and pretty comfortable. So yeah, so that's sort of my
Yeah.
shoe story.
Yeah, I love it. I love it so much because that was one, I learned about insoles and how spending money on insoles is very important to my Doc Martens because same thing. I forgot the real name of it, but it's the big chunky white boots. And everyone that when I wear that with dresses. I wear that with suits. Because that's what I want to wear. People are like, "Oh my God, those are so cool." I'm like, I'm healing my teenager that I couldn't afford when I was a teenager. I couldn't afford these boots when I was a teenager. I love it so much when I wear them. I feel so good. I always say the joke is I'm stomping on the patriarchy. That's what I'm doing with these boots. You know what I mean? And everyone just laughs and we have a good time and a little jolly moment because of my boots, because of my Doc Martens. It's just really something fashion can create those sort of things.
Absolutely.
My jewelry, my rings, there's just so many different ways. Okay, so can you tell us a story of someone who's come into the boutique that has just found that one piece and you can see the transformation? You can sort of have seen the joy.
I mean, it's every day. It's every day that people are traveling. We have a lot of travelers. So where are my LA locals? Okay, people, we need you to pay our rent. But our travelers, we're sort of like this destination now. They make this little pilgrimage. It is very, very often that we hear, I got straight from LAX, it came straight here. And so it happens all the time, Laura, because people are not used to going into a store that's 1,200 square feet where everything is size 12 and up. And instead of there being one rack of things for you, there's 12. And there's people to help you, and we're thrilled. And so it's like every day someone will go, "Thank you for owning this store. Thank you for being here. Thank you for doing what you do." And you're like, "Okay, it'll be $33.89. You're so welcome." Like it means so much to us because it's when you find those pieces that really express who you are, it's like it is this elation that comes over people, this euphoria, because whatever it is, but when you find that piece that you've been longing for, there's no better feeling. And if you're willing to do the work at the Plus Bus, whether it's shopping for yourself or having the patience to let us, do it for you, it's worth it. It's worth the wait, and you're worth it. But you got to be in the mood. You got to be ready to shop. You have to be willing to try clothes on. If you're shopping online, you need to be buying multiples and you need to be in a headspace when those clothes come where you've got your music on, you're feeling good, you got your hair and makeup. Like for me, it's like the more put together I am in the shopping experience, the more I can envision those clothes working for me.
I'm hearing take risks. Take a risk. Take a risk. Take a chance on yourself. Bet on yourself that maybe that poofy, beautiful I'm thinking of one time where I had on Pinterest this beautiful outfit with this beautiful white shirt and is it the tulle? It's a tulle skirt, right? Like that was the
Mm-hmm.
thing, and I bought it, and I was like, "Am I gonna be able to rock this? Like, am I gonna pull this off?" And I just said, "I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna wear this, and I'm gonna look good." And I felt so beautiful, so fun, so just like I'm pretty. Like it just felt amazing. It really does make a difference, and the more you do it, the more you do that with yourself, the more you're going to be like, oh, wait, okay, this is how I want to feel. Not because someone else is thinking I should feel small or safe, or I have to. I mean, that's a whole other thing, but dressing for the male gaze, covering up your titties, covering up your
Or
booty,
showing them. So for you, it's like you have to
or
dress
showing
for
them.
yourself. That is the one and only person. Unless somebody else is paying for all your clothes, and even then, dress for yourself. You are the one that has to walk into that room and feel great. You are the one that has to, deal with the gaze of whoever it might be. I think as plus size people, we have more than the male gaze. We have the child gaze, we have the thin woman gaze, we have the queer gaze, we have the male gaze. I mean, there's a lot of gazing.
Mm.
The queer gaze is often very loving of us, but you know, I think that it's important for us to stop dressing, stop eating, stop doing, stop being anything for anybody other than ourselves.
Amen. And that's our TED Talk. That's
And my
it.
job.
That's it.
Okay,
That's
my work
amazing.
here is done.
So many beautiful things. My heart feels so full and so seen, so loved. You're amazing. So how can people find you? What do you got going on? What's the
Yes.
website? Who to follow? Give me
Yes.
all the things.
So you can find me online. I'm at the Marcy Minute. My store is called the Plus Bus Boutique. We're on Instagram and TikTok. The website is theplusbus.com. And yeah, I'd love to find you online. I'd love to connect. It's really important to follow people around you that inspire you, that reflect you, that represent you. And, just to have more fat liberation on your timeline, more inspiration, more joy. I'm really kind of in the joy business. And that is really what my focus is and needs to continue to be, even in, I've had a little bit of a rough week. And so this conversation reminds me and anchors me as someone who is a community leader and organizer about really what it's about. It's about the joy. It's about the liberation. And not everyone is going to like us, and not everyone is going to be okay with it, and not everyone is going to get along all the time. But I have to focus on the positive, and I have to focus on the joy, and I have to focus on, the movement, and the work continues. And every day it is a journey. I don't wake up every day and jump out of bed and love my body. It's about self acceptance. It's about a daily practice and making the effort to put ourselves first, value our health, value our self care, value our wardrobe and how that makes us feel, because it is a part of our mental health. And I know that may sound crazy, but it is. It is how you look impacts how you feel. And so I will stand on that. And I really appreciate you, your energy, and just opening up your audience to me and what we do at the Plus Bus. We're really about this idea that you don't have to change anything to have the life that you want, la buena vida, the good life, the life of your dreams. And so, I just appreciate any opportunity I have to share that message.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Because what comes up for me is I get to exist in my skin and feel comfortable in my skin and be the main character in my life because now I see people like you. So it's just this one beautiful thing that we just circle around and we just support each other, because now I get to show up and be the gordita who's talking about loving yourself and building a buena vida and saying fuck you to anyone who's just like, esa gordita que se piensa. I don't care what you think about me. I'm here living beautifully and so joyfully. And yeah, I have some rough ass days. I'm good. I am good. And I am centered, and my foundation is built on something really strong. And that has something to do. I know it has something to do with people like you showing up and creating spaces that speak to people like me. And I have people that I see who inspire me that are choosing themselves and building community. So thank you, Marcy, for that. Thank you for everything that you do, for everything that you are continuing to do. Thank you so much. This was amazing. Thank you. There you have it, friends. Get all up in your mood boards. Shop with purpose. Be intentional. Find what feels good on your body. Give yourself that tiny push outside your comfort zone, right? then you can start getting comfortable with your personal style, whatever that looks like for you. And listen, you don't need to become a fashion expert in all this, all right? But you can become an expert in you and what makes you feel like your best self. So go find that joy in how to express yourself. Go find that joy in your personal style. And remember, there's a lot of folks out there who can support you in this journey, including me. So let's stay curious. Let's have fun with our clothes. Let's be bold. Let's get comfy with showing up as your whole damn self. All right. See you next time.
Get comfy with the uncomfy. That's where the magic begins.
Thank you for tuning in and spending some time with me today. And we all know the podcast spiel. If you liked what you heard, please make sure to subscribe, follow, rate, drop a little love in the reviews. It really does help, and it helps spread the word. And hey, if you know someone who needs this, any of this, in their ears right now, please share the episode with them. And if you're ready for more than just listening, ready to shift, to stretch, to step into your own Buena Vida, then let's do this, yeah? From one-to-one personalized coaching to group coaching, fun workshops, and all kinds of other little goodies, all the info is waiting for you over at my website, www.buenavida.life, or connect with me on the gram at Buena Vida Life Coach.
I'm getting comfy in the uncomfy, dancing with the night until it holds me. Breath by breath, I let it flow. Even in the dark, my light will show.
You made it to the end, and here is the very last message. You can hold the hard. You can hold the discomfort. You can hold all that and still reach for joy and still reach for good. You can be scared and still keep going. You can get comfortable with the uncomfortable. And when you don't feel like you can, come find me. Until next time, friends, keep going, keep growing, show the world who you are, and never, ever stop betting on you. Thank you for listening to Get Comfy with Laura. This episode is brought to you by me, Laura Cardona, producer, me, researcher, me, audio engineer, me, editor, me, social media, me, expert, me, giving myself credit where credit is due. For more, head over to buenavida.life. Bye!